Hey gang, welcome back to part 3 of the Jeep Cherokee XJ build. Today we're going to try to get the shocks knocked out, grease up the axles, change out the tires for these Injora silicone inserts and some BFG crawler predator compounds. Going to add some weight with some axle hexes, brass axle hexes inside, and we'll see how far we can get on the body. The instructions are pretty bad, so it looks like it's going to take quite a bit, plus there's some hot glue going on. So we'll start to work on the shocks. I'm going to get 3 of them done, and I'll show you how I do one, and I'll be back. Alright, I got 3 of the 4 new shocks installed, and now to see the difference, first look at how it comes stock. See that rebound? It's instantaneous. The new shocks, you got a slow droop. That's what we want. Now, these shocks actually, out of the box, they're not bad at all. They come with an internal damper. The droop's pretty slow. They give you quite a bit, so you can go completely oversprung, medium, or very easy to compress. These are the droop ones. This is the one that comes internal. It compresses pretty easily. It's good. It's just we want a little longer rebound to push the shock out more, so we're going with this one. I give you everything you need out of the box to set this up in many different ways. We're going to add a little bit of oil, not much. You even provide this tool, which is nice. Alright, and there's the internal damper that comes with. So we're going to go with the droop damper. Now I'm using 50 weight shock oil. You don't want to fill it up all the way. Basically, kind of just a little bit before those threads start. If you fill it up all the way, you're never going to be able to compress the shock. Let me just get this filled up. So this actually comes with instructions, which a lot of them don't do. So they want you to screw it in about 20% of the way. Screw it a little more than that and just kind of compress it. And what you're waiting to see is oil kind of coming out. And you just kind of keep doing that until no more oil comes out and all the bubbles come out. So I may have put a little bit too much in here. We'll see. We'll see once it gets fully screwed on. I just go down a little bit more. Check again. If you can hear it bubbling, then you want to keep going. You see a good bubble come out. Just keep going until there's no more. You screw it down a little more. Basically, it's not as far as you can get by hand, but kind of close. You just want to leave a little gap. And then try again. See, now it's coming out with bubbles. I put too much. All right, there we go. So we got to put the ball end on the bottom, and on the top the ball end actually doesn't go through. It just sits in there. So if you have one of these shock tools, it makes it a lot easier to get them in. You hear one click, 2 clicks, it's in. This comes with a screw and a standoff already. It's got to seat it in there, run the screw through it like that, and run the standoff through it. And then you mount it. I was gonna say, if you get lucky, the linkage doesn't fall out, and you can just have it seated in there and screw it back in. But I didn't get lucky that time. So now we get to have fun trying to get it in. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. So I found if I get the shock started a little bit, at least get it in place, then I could line it up. Alright, got that installed. You got nice droop front and rear. So just as a reminder, it's 90 millimeters in the rear and 100 millimeters in the front. Now we're going to install these brass axle hexes to give it a little bit more weight. These are 3 grams, and the aluminum ones it comes with are 1. So don't be like me and drop your axle pins, because they're incredibly difficult to find. Nearly impossible depending on the surface it falls on. Luckily enough, I have spares in here in this kit, and I have the ones it came with, which are a little different length than that, but the ones in the kit actually match. So let me get these mounted up and I'll be right back. Alright, scratch that. These ones actually don't fit. I can't, the pin will just slide out on these, so I'm going to revert to the old ones, and then we'll get the tires mounted up on these. So let me get the old ones back on, and then we'll work on the tires. Okay, so I'm going to be reusing these BFG crawler predator compounds. This one tore. That was my fault though. The other ones are still good. I have a replacement for it. And in here we have dual stage foam, so I'm going to be replacing those and trying out the Injora medium silicone. Now, out of respect for your time, I'm not going to go through all of these. It just doesn't make any sense. But let's have a look here. These are the dual stage foams from Proline. And we're going to be replacing them with this. I'm actually going to be using a different wheel as well. I'm not going to be using these treels. I want to try out these wheels from Hobby Pack. I'm not sure I like them. I think they may actually look pretty good scale. We'll see. I have other wheels if I don't end up liking them, but you let me know what you think. Like, are they ugly? Am I tripping? I don't know. See how difficult it is to get these in here. Oh, went in pretty easy. The foams that come with these are super soft. A little too soft for my liking, but to each their own. Alright, let's get this mounted up and then we'll get all four on. Alright, got the wheels and tires mounted up. What do you think? Yay, nay, maybe? Something different, something better? I don't know, I kind of like them. We'll see. Now I'm going to pull off the diff covers and just check it and see if I need to add any more silicone grease in there. Just all right, got the cover off. There's a fair amount of grease in there. Just want to add just a little bit more just to be safe. Now you can see it's all metal too, no plastic. All right, I'm gonna pull the other one off and get them back on. All right, got that taken care of. I actually had this spare ARB Diff cover I threw on there. I need to get one for the rear so it doesn't look black and plastic. What do you think of those tires? Not bad. Got some hubcaps on there. Hopefully I can get those off. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Alright, let's start working on the body and go from there. Alright, so we got the front and rear bumpers mounted. I will say that the front bumper was an incredibly frustrating experience. The mounts they give you don't fit. They're supposed to fit. It's made by Injora, both of the things. But the width of the actual posts are 7.2 millimeters and the interior width of the diameter of the holes are 6.6. So I actually had to drill them out. It wasn't fun. But there's the front. There's the rear. And got the lights hooked up as well. Doesn't look bad. I don't really know how much clearance I'm going to have on that, on the approach angle. I have it back pretty much as far as it can go, so we'll see. Still have to put the body together. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. Alright, gonna get back to it. Alright, the shell is done. You need to hot glue all the windows into place. And you can see my amazing hot glue job there. Incredible, isn't it? Went together pretty straightforward. So far, the only thing that's really bothered me about this build was the front bumper. Now I need to get the body mounts set up for magnetic. Then all the scale details, the Cherokee emblems and stuff like that. And then it'll be finished for now.